Gatlinburg and Sevier County are entering the next phase of recovery following the deadly wildfires in 2016. Today, the Mountain Tough Recovery Team said it will suspend operations for public services on December 20th. For 16 months, the team worked to provide financial assistance to survivors. In that time, more than 600 households registered for the group. 70% met the criteria to receive assistance and are now on the road to recovery or have recovered from the wildfires.
And 10 News reporter Gabrielle Hayes joins us live from Sevier County with how the recovery process has affected people and where Gatlinburg and Sevier County go from here. Gabrielle?
Robin and John, if you ask those who have helped rebuild, they will tell you it's a lot of work, but it is work that they're willing to do.
I thought my world come to an end when I lost my wife.
Ernest Ogle says he will never forget the exact day he lost his house in the wildfires.
In the fire on November the 28th, 2016.
At the time, he says he didn't realize organizations like ASP and the Mountain Tough Recovery Team would help rebuild so many people's lives, including his.
Said they'd build my house for me, and I didn't understand.
Monday, the Mountain Tough team announced the end of Phase 2 of the recovery services for fire survivors. Starting December 20th, it will no longer offer financial support.
I think we have been able to accomplish a lot and gain a lot of ground in a very short period of time for recovery.
Over the past 16 months, the group has helped 70% of the 600 households who registered for help. David Dotson is the CEO of the Dollywood Foundation. He says recovery is a team effort and requires helping people on a case-by-case basis.
It was really specific to each family. Everybody had a different need during this, time.
But Jones says the end of this phase doesn't mean people will no longer get help. The Dollywood Foundation and multiple other partners plan to continue offering some services, including help with mental health.
And it was traumatic, and that takes a long time to heal.
Each team agrees that moving forward will take some time. For Ernest Ogle, the future looks pretty bright.
But it's coming back very nicely.
Now, both teams say that the first step is continuing mental health services and then figuring out what else people need. Back to you.
All right, Gabrielle, thank you.